Hi there, my name is Pilkinton-Ching and I work here at University of Otago in Wellington. I've been asked to put together a little tutorial video explaining some tricks and techniques of how to make little podcast videos using a phone. First up, I'm going to be going through the materials that I'll be using, and then a bit later on I'll be putting together a little tutorial of what I suggest is the software that you use to actually edit up your video so that it looks a lot more professional. I'm going to try and practice what I preach by using all the same materials that I'd be encouraging you guys to use, which is a phone and a tripod holder and some good lighting so that you guys can actually see what can be done with quite simple materials. You can see here that in the studio that I'm working in, it's pretty grotty, but I'm actually standing against a very plain background. And as soon as you place yourself in good light on a plain background, the shot that you get is much better. And I think this is the first thing that I'd be encouraging you guys to do. Make sure you're getting yourselves in a good location with good, fairly natural light if you can. I've got studio lights and that's why I've been able to get it nice and balanced, but good natural light is fine. Not direct sunlight, make sure there's no hard shadows. And a nice plain background. Maybe you could even move your furniture a little bit so that you've got a nice blank painted wall or something like that. You know, if you're doing multiple videos or if it's the same video, don't cut between different backgrounds or change the time of day that you're doing it, because then it looks all hoppy and changes throughout the whole video. So as well as having a nice plain background, these are the other bits and pieces that I'd advocate for you to use. I'll have links in the bottom of this video for you, where you can buy the tripod adapter for a phone and also the BOYA microphone, and you can buy these off Aliexpress quite cheaply. These are about $30–35 and you can pick these up for just a couple of dollars. A regular cell phone, and you don't need an expensive tripod, just something really simple will do the trick, because you're not going to be moving it lots, it's just going to be holding it nice and still for you. One of the low-hanging fruit of making good video is good sound. And with quite a simple microphone like these BOYAs, they give a nice quality sound. It has a little lapel clip, which means that you've got your microphone nice and close to your face, so you're not picking up lots of other background noise. A few things about using these: they don't always work with all cell phones, but for most cell phones, modern cell phones, they'll work fine. And that you just plug it into here, into your earphone jack, and that should be all go. Because you're using it with a smartphone, you don't need the preamp turned on. So you can see on the little clip here, it says camera and off smartphone. So that's the one that you have it on, so it's red for off. If you are using it in other situations and you leave it on the green, the battery will go flat in it. So if you did come to use it with a camera, you might find it doesn't work, and that might be because the battery is flat. So you just unscrew those, and I think it's just like a hearing aid battery. It does the trick normally. So that's the microphone. The way that these tripod adapters work is that you screw it into, just screw it into the bottom of your tripod here. Many tripods also have a place that you can tighten it with a coin, and then you just click it into your tripod, and then you can attach your cell phone here just by unscrewing the top. And then you just, like I already mentioned, you can plug in your thing there. Software that I suggest you use is Adobe Premiere Clip. Though there's lots of different kinds of software on the market for cell phone editing, I recommend Premiere Clip because it's a nice simple product, but also it works on Android and Apple, so there's no need to worry about people working on multiple platforms. So I'm just going to click on that and download it, and I'll get back to you once it's installed. You can now see that Adobe Premiere Clip's now been installed on my phone, and I'll open that up. And if you don't already have an Adobe login, you'll just need to click on sign up for free. I've already signed up, so I'll just go and log in now. So when you first log in, you're probably presented with the community video screen. You're actually going to want to go to My Projects, and you want to create a new project by clicking on the plus button. You want to grab images from your device, not from the camera. You can actually capture images and video live using the camera, but we've already, in this situation, previously recorded ourselves. So we go to device, and I'm just going to find a few videos that I've got on here just to show you as an example, and I'm just going to click on the ones that I want. This is just me preparing for this clip. When I click done, once I've selected ones I want, I then have to choose between automatic and freeform. Automatic, it automatically choose how to edit it. We do not want that. We want to be able to edit it just the way we want. So we go on freeform. Let's put my videos there in the bottom, and then I go through and I can decide. So if I click on this first clip, how long or short I want that to be. These purple arrows on each end tell me where that video is going to start and stop. So I can shorten it so that you can imagine if I was talking and I started sneezing at the beginning, I could edit out my sneeze and get rid of me making a mistake at the end. And now when I play that, it'll just play that bit in the middle, and now it's gone on to the second clip. So let's go back to the first one, and I'll play that again. It's just playing that middle bit now, and then it goes to the second clip. You can see my fireplace there. So let's edit this one up as well. I'll pull out the start and the end, and now when I play both of those together, it will just play that first bit, and then we'll go to the next bit, and then the third bit. We can also add other bits and pieces to our project. So along the top here, you can see some of the other things that we can add in. For example, we could add in a soundtrack if we wanted, or we can adjust some of the colors. Won't be using that for this one. We can also, in here, be adding text and titles. So I could say, call it the name of my lecture. Lecture example. And I can shift, once I'm happy with that, and change the text color and all those bits and pieces. I can go back and I can shift where that will be. So I want that at the beginning, so that when I play my video now, it will have that. Oh no, that's way too long, I don't want that. I could make it much shorter than that if I wanted, by just shortening that down to like that. So it's just a very short, let's say 2 seconds, shall we? 4 seconds, no, let's go 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So now we'll just have lecture example for 2 seconds, and then go into my other videos. And likewise, you could add some more text to the end of your video if you'd like to as well. Please note too that this one here, this last video, is actually a still image. So you can add stills to your video also. If you don't like something that you've got in there and you want to get rid of it, you just click on the little trash can. So if I didn't like that, click on the little trash can, I want to delete that clip, and it's gone. If I want to add other things, or I've realized I've missed an important point to my lecture, I can go and re-record it, go to adding new things from my device, and find another video that I might want to add instead. So here's another practice run that I did of myself yesterday. If we play that, you can see I don't have myself at the beginning before I get into shot. So there I am, that's where I want to start it from. So let's pause it, trim it up to that point. Let's keep on playing, and let's pretend I only wanted the first few seconds of that, and then drag back. So I've only got that bit. I might realize, oh crumbs, I want that at the very beginning rather than at the end. If I click and hold that down, I can drag it to where I want it to go. There's one slightly annoying thing that I've found about this software, and is that it always wants to be backing itself up to your Adobe account. Now that's fine if you're on a good internet connection, but if you're like me and have a bad one at home, that can be quite annoying because it takes a long time, and so sometimes you might find it's better to actually just turn Wi-Fi off while you're working on this until you're into a good connection and then back it up. I haven't found a way of disabling that. As you might have imagined, the final step is to export and upload your video to YouTube. So make sure you've watched through it a number of times, and once you're totally happy with it, you go click on the share button here, and we are going to share on YouTube. You get presented, depending on the resolution of your camera on your phone, either 720 or 1080p. I suggest that probably 720 is enough because it's just a lecture. Doesn't need to be high quality, high resolution, and it's just a talking head essentially for most of you. So 720 will be fine. You need to continue, and then you'll need to log into your account on YouTube and upload your video to there. I suggest that you make your video unlisted. That means that it cannot be found on YouTube by searching. It can only be found if you send them a direct link. You'll also need to fill in details of your video, the title and a description. Just remove the other sort of advertising bits and pieces there. You might want to add in a few tags about what the lecture is about, and then you'll click on publish. I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, just put them as comments below.